Hey, if you're still awake, tonight I wanted to talk about motivation because I think motivation gets far too much credit and drive doesn't get enough. Everybody talks about motivation, how to find it, how to increase it, how to stay motivated. But motivation is a feeling, and feelings do not stay forever. Motivation is incredible. In the beginning, the new year, the new goal, the new routine, the fresh start. Motivation shows up like a friend, full of energy, full of optimism, full of possibility. But eventually, it leaves, not because anything is wrong, because that's what feelings do. They come, they go. The problem is that many people build their future on a visitor. And I would like to say that's absolutely true. That is absolutely true. What is driving me to do these recordings, right? Nobody's here. No feedback, no people, nada, nothing, zip. As of now, of course. It could change in the future, but as of now, what's my drive? I'm not motivated. I don't tell myself, hooray, let's pull out the microphone and talk. No, I don't tell myself that. What motivates me when to go running? I'm sick of it. I recorded over 2,000 miles running, step by step. What's motivating about that? Nobody wants to run 2,000 miles. Even if it's over a span of time, nobody wants to do it. So what's my drive? It's discipline and it's drive. It's not motivation. That's why drive lives deeper. Drive is different. Drive doesn't ask, how do I feel today? Drive asks, why do I start? Why did I start? And that question changes everything. Because feelings are temporary. Reasons tend to last. A parent providing for their child. An artist creating because they have something to say. Someone trying to become healthier. Someone rebuilding their life. Those things don't survive on motivation. They survive on meaning. I think drive reveals itself on the bad days, the days when progress feels invisible, the days when nobody notices, the days when quitting feels reasonable, because that's where motivation usually disappears. But drive stays, not because it's enjoy. Let me repeat that. Not because it's, what a tongue twister. What a tongue twister. One more time. Not because it enjoys suffering, because it remembers why the journey matters. How was that time? That was smooth, right? I think so. But drive does reveal itself in the darkest of days. Even now, you, the listener, cannot see my environment, cannot see my headspace, cannot see what's driving me crazy, insane, forward. Nobody can see that. Nobody can see the darkness that's around me in my head internally. Although I try to combat it every single time, I don't deny the existence of it. In fact, I embrace it. I embrace it as something that's a part of me and something I need to accept. And because I embrace it with open arms, I don't feel judged. I don't feel scared. I feel like I'm battling the dark side of me, the demon side of me. Demon side? Maybe not. Dark side? That sounds about right. And that's absolutely fine because I see him every day. want to strangle him every day. That sounds a little bit crazy, actually. Strangling yourself, your dark self every day is kind of crazy. Slaying, maybe that sounds a little bit too Roman. I know I have to deal with that person every day. I know that person better than anybody else. And I still deal with him every single day. But in order to get rid of him, I drive myself forward. I drive myself forward and through him like a ghost. And still to this day, I drive myself forward because I know on the other side of all this suffering, the darkness, the pain, there's something else. Don't ask me what it is for yourself. Ask yourself what it is for you. What are you looking for? What's your drive, right? What's your drive? I know that I have to, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice, no matter what it takes to give back to the people that I love, I have to do it. I have to. It's not a question. It's not a requirement. It's a must. And that's the drive that continues forward. It's the feeling of, I have to do this. Because why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I drive myself to the brink of failure, exhaustion, sacrifice to get where I need to be? I know my mom would do it for me. I know my sister would. I know multiple people will do it for me. So why wouldn't I do it for them? Why wouldn't I do it for them? You know, I told my mom, and she rejected the invitation. She said, maybe not now, but it's delayed. I told her I want to take her and my sister to Paris because my mom never went to Europe and she really wants to go to Europe. And that's probably one of my drives, to give back to her 1,000 times over, to make sure she's not only satisfied but happy, content, and live a life that's full because of the sacrifice and the drive that she done for not only me, but her children as well. I know many of us can relate. I know plenty of us can relate. And that's a good thing. So I ask you, the listener, a couple of questions. What is your reason? Why does your goal matter? What keeps you moving when excitement disappears? That's powerful. Because not everything is exciting. Life isn't full of excitement or high dopamine. No matter how much we try to think it is, it's not. It's very calm, it's very quiet. So what drives you, even when excitement disappears? That part is powerful. To me, at least, it's very powerful. I digress. Motivation starts the engine. Drive keeps the car moving after dark. Build your future on a reason, not a feeling. That's powerful. That's powerful. Definitely build your future on the reason why, on your reason why, on the reason why. Never a feeling that motivates you, but just the reason why do you want to build it this way, and how can you continue that? If you're still awake tonight, don't ask yourself how motivated you feel, because that's just a feeling. It comes and goes. Ask yourself why you started. That answer of why you started matters way more than a feeling of motivation. The room will reopen on Saturday night. I'll leave the light on for you.